Oh. Hello and welcome back. My name is Kabira and this is Kabira Speaks. So I got a new job. I think the last we had spoken, I told you about working at AT&T, and it wasn't a good fit for me. Sales, not my thing. So I have learned. So yeah, I guess the job itself was okay, but it wasn't really that good. And I had a lot of issues there, and the manager and I didn't get along, which was really hard because I get along with almost everyone. So to be having such like a personality clash, I guess is the best way I can describe it, with someone was very challenging for me. And I kind of had a knot in my stomach every time I had to wake up and go to work, which is not good. You don't want that. So I started looking for other jobs, and this job and I came to each other, I guess. So around the same time, I got a job as a recovery specialist at a residential rehab, which that's a story for another day. I currently work there full time. But what I want to talk to you about today is the part-time job that I found, which is an assistant teacher with 1-year-olds. And it has been such a blessing in disguise. It has been such a delight to me. So I've always loved kids. Like, even when I was a kid, I always loved kids. I don't know, I think I have sort of a childlike spirit, or just, sorry, got a notification, just like a youthfulness to me that makes me connect really well with children, and I've always been that way. So I've worked with kids before. I used to be a camp counselor. I was a TSS, or a therapeutic support staff, in which I worked with kids on the spectrum primarily, or kids who had like intellectual disabilities. And I've worked with like older teenagers. I worked at a detention center once, which was horrible. We'll never do that again. I was like, just please let those kids go. Yeah, I've always loved working with kids, but I've never worked with kids this young. So in the interview, because the job posting didn't say like the age group, in the interview, the director, the one who was doing the interview with me, was like, and how do you feel about 1-year-olds? And I was like, oh yeah, great. And then she's like, okay, so cool, you're fine with diapers too? And I'm like, yeah, diapers. Done a lot of them, which is true. I have. I had just never done them with babies. You know, being a social worker, I started working in the human services field since I was 18 years old. So that included caregiving, which included doing like hygiene for adults. I figured if I could do that, I could handle it with children. So I just kind of fibbed my way through that. And soon enough, I was in the classroom. And I didn't study education. I studied social work, which did include child development and all of that fun stuff. But it's been such a learning experience. Like, it really, it's been everything I've learned from observing the lead teacher and from doing hands-on things. So some of my past experiences have been helpful working with the kids. Other things I've just had to learn from them and from the teacher. But I will say this, I do adore each and every child that's in the classroom. Lately we have 6 kids in the classroom, but the way this organization works, and I'm not gonna tell you which one it is, because I always feel weird about like saying what company I work for
Pick yourself off the ground, I said, young man, 'cause you're in a new town, there's no need to be unhappy.
So that's where I work. And this company, or a nonprofit organization, I guess you could say, they are very by the book, which I like. Like, that's a good thing. It makes me feel safe in my work, and I'm sure it makes the parents feel safe, and the kids don't know it, but they should feel safe. It's very regulated. So it should be at all times, in my classroom, 1 adult to 5 children. So that means me and the teacher in the classroom could have 10 kids at one time. I have not had 10 kids at one time. I feel like that would be a lot. I don't know how that would go. So lately we have anywhere from 5 to 7 kids, 2 adults in the classroom, all 1 year old. They're all walking. Most of them are speaking in words and phrases, but they're all like, they're all at different levels. And that's what's so fascinating to me about working with this age group is there's similarities and their differences, I guess. It's literally so fascinating. The way they communicate with me, with the other teacher, with each other, the way they express their feelings. They're so emotional. They're so emotional. They feel all of the same emotions we do, but they don't know how to say them. So one of my favorite babies, he'll go, because he's mad and he can't say it yet. And then we have another one who she'll just bite the shit out of someone, which we try to stop that, of course, but we're not there. That amount of kids, that's a lot to look after. So you can't be everywhere at once. So sometimes they get to each other because they're frustrated, or because they're angry, or because they're sad, because they're jealous. They're feeling all of these emotions, and they're so carnal in the way they express them. And it's just so interesting to watch. And obviously, my interest is keeping them safe and teaching them and letting them know they are loved and letting them grow in a safe and welcoming environment. But like I said, we can't be everywhere at every second of every moment. So there are times where things just they just go off, pop off, and express their little 1-year-old minds. And I'm there for it, and it's pretty cool. It's also exhausting. I know, I literally lost 10 pounds since I started working with these babies because they keep you on your toes. They are always curious. They are always climbing and exploring. And I never realized before how dangerous the world is until I was looking after small children. Anything can hurt them. Literally, they're so small and precious and breakable, but also not breakable. They are rough with each other. They are so rough with each other. And they will tumble, fall down, smack stuff, and then just pop back up. Sometimes it's they look at you should I be freaking out right now? And then you're like, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. And they just keep on going. They're such interesting little humans, and I feel really lucky to be a part of their lives, even if it's just for a short time. So I think about them all the time. I just have 6 little kiddos right now who I care about very much. And yeah, I just feel very privileged and lucky to be teaching them right now. So teaching, when I say teaching, I did not study education, only social work. And I'm learning how they learn every single day. I'm learning how to teach them better every single day. I'm learning the things that they respond to, the things they like, the things they don't like. I found out that if they're escalated and I raise my voice, that doesn't really help at all. But if I talk really quietly, or if I sing to them, that brings them back down. and brings them back into my orbit, and then it kind of creates a calmer atmosphere into the classroom. So things like that I've learned from just watching the teacher, watching them. We do a lot of play, or pretty much our whole day is play, and it's play and it's learning at the same time. Because when we're playing, we're talking about colors, we're talking about shapes, we're talking about sharing, we're talking about feelings. Something with the kids, they don't have any, they don't have the developmental skill or ability to empathize with another person. Not yet, anyway. So we don't spend time being like, Jimmy, we don't have a Jimmy, that's a fake name. Jimmy, you need to say sorry to Susie, because they're not going to understand. They don't have like the wherewithal to feel apologetic. Not yet. But I'm still teaching it, like, Jimmy, that's not Jimmy. Jimmy, look at Susie's face. Look, she's sad. She's crying. You made her sad. So we have to like encourage and push and teach empathy, I guess. Empathy and understanding. And I just think that it's so miraculous. I am so tired all the time because I'm working too much. And that's a fact. But nevertheless, I am still really grateful that I've had this experience and that I get to be around such beautiful little souls every day. They've taught me a lot, and I know that I'm never gonna forget them. And cognitively, they probably will forget me. Like, that's normal. It's all right. It's not okay. No, it's okay. But yeah, I've been really grateful for the experience, and I just wanted to share it with you. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
Young man, when you're down and you're out, I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, 'cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy, young man. When you're down and you're out, I said, young man, oh.